Another day, another site, and the question is, what would you do with 25 acres? Today, we get to see that question answered. It takes a lot to do a master plan project, and more so a diversified gated community with apartments, townhouses, and villas. Our focus for the day is a 794 square meter 4-bedroom villa sitting on a plot that is slightly bigger than a quarter acre in the market for 112.5 million Kenya shillings. However, you could also get a 432 square meter 4-bedroom apartment, prices starting from 66 million Kenya shilling, or a freestanding unit with prices starting from 96 million Kenya shilling. Let's get the show started so that we can see what this project sitting in Loresho is all about. Karibuni. Friends and family, welcome to today's episode, and let's get the show started at the front of the property. I'm beyond excited for today's episode because the developer has done a very good job with the interiors, as we are going to see. So you have the street driveway going down to where you have more villas on that side, and then you have your gate, or rather your entry to your parking area and our usual valet. How many cars do you think we can do here?
I think this is just four.
Cars.
Just by the look of it, you can see the carport can accommodate
two
four.
on this side and two on this side.
Yeah.
And
I'm inclined to think that you can fix a third one there if you have maybe two 1500 cc's.
Exactly.
To, smaller cars.
Sure.
Yeah.
And in case you still have more cars, you can still squeeze another one here, but you'll have blocked the other ones.
Yes.
And even your entry.
Yeah.
One thing I have to commend this developer for is the amount of greenery that they have really considered putting in this place. For example, you have a live fence both on the inside and on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
And even on the concrete wall that you can see from there, you have that live fence that they're planting. That means there'll be a lot of greenery in this compound, and I mean that will look beautiful. You don't just see concrete everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think number one priority in spaces like this should be hiding all the concrete and just allowing green to take over.
Exactly. Yeah. So the villa's prices start from 108 million Kenya shilling. The specific villa we are touring today is 112.5 million Kenya shilling, and these differences come because of the size of the land. Some are slightly bigger than a quarter, others are quarter acres, and others are slightly less than a quarter acre. So the one we are touring today is slightly bigger than a quarter, therefore making it 112.5 million Kenya shilling. And let's continue. From here we can see the facade of the house. You have 3 levels: ground level, first floor, and then you have the second level where you access the rooftop. You can see that you have 2 types of cladding, that is 2 shades, and then you have stucco that they have applied, aluminum windows, and you're going to see how that plays out inside, ensuring that you get tons of natural lighting. You can walk to your backyard via this side, or rather the kitchen side and the staff quarter that you're going to see later on. And on this other side, you have your greenery area, your side yard. And Willis, I'm so jazzed when I saw this rocky area.
Yes.
Because I saw how it would add some depth to the compound.
You could also do flowering there.
Exactly.
You know, just to put a little bit diverse of the green spaces and not just have the green
the
only.
green, yeah. I was even thinking of probably add a water feature there.
Oh yes,
just to spice up
just
the area.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
that was my also initial idea. So,
yeah. So it looks very beautiful with that sort of an island there.
Yes.
Instead of just having the whole of it as greenery. Yeah.
The only downside to that is that you cannot use the whole length of your garden in case you have an event.
Yes. So there's that. So you would consider based on how many people you are going to host in your home and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to this side where you have a covered entry porch. I'm going to remove my shoe for today's episode. You have this pivoted door that opens to your foyer, and this is teak, very good hardwood, and well, this is the wood that we normally say the cost of teak is 4 times the cost of mahogany.
Yes.
And
you can also see how good the teak is, ages well, and it colors differently from mahogany.
Yeah. If you want that dark tone, you can go for mahogany. I like light tones because the warmth they bring to a space.
Yeah,
so
but I think with teak, it's there in the middle between
light
and dark.
Exactly,
yeah, so probably maybe in the middle of white oak and mahogany.
And mahogany, yeah. So if you want that a bit of vibrancy, you can go for this.
Yes.
And your foyer is very well done. The thing about staged spaces is that they have there's beauty in seeing how furniture can be arranged.
Yes.
In this case, you have this nice table console. It is really well done, and I mean, there's so much to like about this house, even the vanity and the wallpaper, and we were marveling at how they even bookmarked the wallpaper.
Yeah.
That's someone who is seriously taking their job.
Yeah, definitely someone who's serious with their job. Someone who knows what they are doing and not someone who's just trying to do what they are doing.
The idea of also getting a double volume for your foyer opens up the space more, and you have that window over there surely getting tons of natural light over here, and on this side you have your spiral staircase taking you to the next level, cladded with teak wood. Again, marvelous. They used this wood very beautifully, and you have that, what do you call this?
I would just call it an art piece.
An art piece. And we're having a discussion with someone else yesterday, and they told me, because I posted a video of this, and they said, I have that wallpaper they have done on the staircase saved somewhere. So I want them to notice that this is not wallpaper. This is textured paint. Yeah.
There's actually a way that you can achieve that with 2 brush. No, it's actually 1 brush that is, it has a U between it, and then you dip one side to a darker tone of the color, and the other side to a lighter tone of the color. So now you apply it once. It feels like it becomes that.
Consult with Willis. He got you. So this idea of having this art piece here is lovely. I can see how you can even spice it up further. For example, you could do a small keyboard setup or piano here. It would also look lovely.
I will definitely not do a keyboard there, maybe a piano.
That's what
and a nice piano will fit there.
Exactly. And on this other side, you have your powder room, and I like how the powder room have been taken a bit off your living space, where you have a nice vanity. You can see that the developer in this case was taking their time choosing the kind of decor to go with, the vanity setup, and you have wall hanging water closet, another thing good to see, and especially being that it is in all the spaces. In some spaces, you have seen that developers only do wall hanging in the primary bedroom. So in this case, all the washrooms, all the bathrooms, you have wall hanging water closets. Welcome to the living space, and I think the central point of this living space is the chandelier. I mean, this is what we have been talking about when we say just put a statement making chandelier. So today we are not saying put a statement. You have your statement.
They already have it. They understood the assignment when they did this space.
Exactly.
And I commend the interior designer who did this.
They have done a very good job. And again, you have more windows on this side, the aluminum windows that I talked about at the front of the property, and therefore you're getting tons of natural lighting. And being a double volume, therefore you have a lot of room in terms of movement of air and even lighting. So the space looks marvelous, and even the setup that they have worked it in terms of the decor looks amazing. You're going to see a lot of wood in this house. So even the coffee table, this one looks very lovely. Willis is always showing me different pieces on Instagram. I mean, so it's good when we come to a house and we see that someone is making good use of these things.
Yes, these pieces. I'm actually very much of a fan of this kind of wood furniture. When I build my home, this is definitely the kind of decor I'll be going with.
Exactly. It looks very lovely. It's warm, it's cozy, and even the art pieces that they have gone with, everything in this house fits perfectly, yeah? And moving on to this side, you have, this is wallpaper, then you have this bench over here. Coming to this side, you have this station that they have turned into a bar. Looks amazing. I like this, would you call it a high table? What do you call it, Willis?
I'll just call it a bar.
A bar area. Looks lovely. First of all, the furniture again, meticulously done. And it feels smooth to the touch.
Yes, yes.
I don't know whether you can see that in the camera, but I mean, guys, you have to come. You should be touching it so that you can question the furniture in your house. Yeah, looks amazing, looks perfect, huh? And even the wine looks lovely. I like the material they used, the way they have just made from wood, and then you have steel or rather metal, and these leather holders.
Yeah,
looks amazing.
However, I feel like if someone wanted to, they will definitely do a cellar here.
I love it.
And just have this whole wall filled with wine and their favorite liquors, and just have the cellar there. Just do a glass enclosure and temperature control.
If you're about that life, you could do a very nice wine cellar over here, as Willis is saying, a grass one. Yeah, I'm sure guys who watch NS know what you're talking about.
Yes.
So, and developers are watching, or rather anyone who is even building their own house, please make the effort to have these things. Someone told me, I don't use those things. But for example, I see my sister using wine a lot when she's cooking. So it doesn't mean that you're drinking it for you to do a wine cellar. Just do it. And maybe one day when you want to sell the house, it can be a selling factor. Because imagine an enclosed wine cellar here that is temperature controlled, as you say.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense.
It adds value to that house.
Plus, you'll become a wine connoisseur once you start collecting.
Exactly. And before we move from this space, Willis, this is the second time we're seeing this lighting fixture. Can you remember the first time you saw it?
Oh yes, in Lavington.
You're good. Spot on, And used very differently. In that case, it will be used at the dining table.
Yeah, the dining table.
So this time it has been used at the bar. Looks lovely. You can see why it's important to have high ceilings, because remember, this bar area is high, the table is high, but your lighting fixture still fits. And then you have this nice separator, space separator, very well done, thick again, and it welcomes you to your dining area. And one thing I have not talked about, and I should talk about before I forget, is the tiling on the floor. Very well done. I mean, everything is flawless. This is the second time we are touring a development by this developer. And I have to say that this developer really does go over and above. If you want to benchmark, if you want to see someone who is trying to do their job right, this is something that you should look at. Because I remember the first project we toured, it was a penthouse.
Was it?
No, it was not a penthouse.
It was just
it was a 3-bedroom apartment overlooking Karura Forest.
Yes.
It was lovely. And they have a new project by there coming up also overlooking a Karura project. So in case you would want that, contact Ray. He will tell you how you can get that as well. But also, if you want an apartment here, they actually do have apartments here as well. A bit further, this is a 25-acre project.
It's a bit further from the villas,
from the townhouses. So prices there start from 66 million Kenya shilling, and you get over 4,000 square feet for your apartment. It's very spacious. Finishings are meticulous as this. We are going to do a small video just to show guys what you're talking about. So look out for that. So space is very well done in this case. That is your dining area. I like what they went with here. So you have a very huge table, and in this case, on that side you have 3 seats, then one-on-one, and you have a bench on this side. But I actually think that this table is big, that you can even fit more people.
Yes. This can fit like, I don't know, 12 people.
So nice lighting fixture. On this other side, you have your kitchen, and there's a guest bedroom over here, but we'll come back to that later. Let's proceed via this side, where you have these sliding glass doors that open to your outdoor, should I call it an outdoor dining area? Or Willis, what would you call this?
Yeah, I mean, it's an outdoor sitting area. So but they could have done a dining set here. It would have been a dining area.
It would look, but I mean, you can still do that when you move into this house. So
I can see how you can also enjoy drinks seated on those,
exactly.
that bar.
In fact, I'm even getting a bit more ideas. You remember the house we did in Tilisi?
Yes.
It had a nice outdoor section.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
you could do a lot with this
yeah,
space, yeah?
Yeah.
So make sure you still bring in an interior person and play around with this space, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice decor, again, nice coffee table, very good design. I mean, this looks lovely.
Yeah, it looks lovely. And the thing with this kind of furniture, you can only get them when you are doing it custom made with someone.
Yes.
And that is why most of the times I keep telling you, like, I prefer my furniture custom made by someone who is skillful enough to
instead of walking to a shop and just buying what is there.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Okay, coming on to this side, please don't mind the dirt. The reason why it is an ongoing site. They're supposed to be done by December 2025. So there's a lot of work to be done here and they're rushing up.
Over 1,000 workers in the site.
They have 1,000 workers every day for the last 5 years.
For the last 5 years to complete a 25-acre worth of project.
Master plan. It is a lot of work,
Yes.
And therefore, what you're seeing here is actually because they are planting grass in between the tile blocks, or rather the blocks, And moving on to this side, you're welcome to the greenery area that you are talking about. And in case you're hearing noise, just understand that this is a site. A lot is happening. They are doing it so that when you can celebrate your Christmas over here.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, I can assure you, once they're done with these houses, they won't be going for that price. For example, just next to this estate, the developer has another project that they finished a couple of years back, and there's a resale that is going for 150 million Kenya shilling. So in case you're looking for a house and you don't want to wait, and you want a similar feeling, touch, then there's a unit that is just next door for 150 million Kenya shilling. So this is what Willis was talking about, that if you want to use the whole of this space, maybe you are like a small football team, like Willis is a football player. So you probably not want that thing over there. But if you don't mind and you want some extra, some depth within your compound, you can have that. I also have to commend the positioning of this house because they ensured that they pushed the house towards one side, therefore giving you a sizable greenery area. And it continues to this side. You have a lot of space. I also like that they have done garden lights and they are solar powered, right, Willis?
Yeah. All around the house.
All around the house.
And it's interesting to see that.
Exactly, and more greenery as well.
Yeah.
And then you have this guest bedroom that I talked about when we are at the dining area. You can chill out over here, and you can also walk to the front of the property via that side. Walk with me inside to the guest bedroom. Very spacious. Teak wood on the floor, looks lovely. I mean, has a rich feeling to it, and still you get that warm feeling. I also like that they match that with the headboard for the bed. And then this is the door to the dining area. We'll see that on this other side, you have your wardrobes, you have a window over here to maximize on natural lighting. Then you have your bathroom, very well done with the vanity setup, another ceiling mount lighting fixture, and then you have your wall hanging water closet and your bathroom. Even the tiling in the bathroom looks amazing.
Yes, they really did a good job. I like people who know how to do their job.
Exactly.
It makes it easier for us to love the house.
To love the house, and even to to feel the house, and to market the house. So welcome back to the landing. That is where you have your dining area, and then on this side you have your kitchen space. And this kitchen looks lovely. I think the white tones really played out in this kitchen. Looks amazing.
I really don't see how I can do my kitchen with another color apart from white. Because I like to know that my space is clean.
Exactly.
So white brings that, even if it's not that clean, an illusion of cleanliness.
Exactly. There's a lot, even warmth that comes with spaces that are white. As I mean, I'd rather worry about maintenance but have it white. So you have an island over here, and it's very functional in that you have your burners over here, that is your electric and your gas, and then you get this wooden addition that ensures you get a bar, and I like that it is recessed, and therefore you can push your bar stools inside. And again, on this side you have more appliances, that is your Bosch oven and the microwave. So again, enough cabinetry, your double sink, very well done, a window facing this side, and over here you have a dishwasher. I like that this is now becoming a norm that you're finding dishwashers in spaces, and especially for houses going for, I think, let's say just 30 million upwards, even a 10 million house. I still would want to see a developer go a step further and just include a dishwasher.
Yes.
It should become a norm.
Yeah.
And over here, you have your laundry, and before the laundry area, you have the pantry space, yeah?
Yes.
So you can use...
the only thing that I would want done in this kitchen is maybe task lighting. And that's just it, yeah.
That would really add some warmth to the spaces, and therefore you wouldn't see these shadows that you are seeing.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing to just highlight those extra spaces. Yeah? So as I had mentioned, you have a pantry space with shelving, then your laundry area, and this laundry feels spacious, really, right?
Yes, it is really spacious, especially for, I mean, for a house like this one, you definitely want laundry
that is spacious. Yeah. And again, cabinetry well done. You know, sometimes you get laundries that are just empty with a sink and that's it.
Yeah.
But this case, you can see they really tried even in terms of doing the cabinetry for you. And then you have this glass door that opens to the side of your property. You can actually connect to the guest bedroom on that side, or you could connect to the front of the property. And another thing I have to commend this master plan for is this spacing that they gave you in between your house and the fence. Remember the project you're doing in Kijani, and I have learned a lot about designing houses that you're not, I mean, it's very unfair to your neighbors. We have been to places where houses almost touch the fence.
Yeah.
So you do that and the neighbor does that, lighting will be affected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing is, you see how there's like a line of sewer passing through that?
Yeah.
No, not greenery, the line of sewer.
So
okay, for it to pass through there, it has to be dug down. And in time, maybe you'd want to do maintenance, and if your house sits on top of it, then that becomes an issue.
You can do that. It becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And again, if you do that, you have concrete everywhere.
Yeah.
So you deny yourself this greenery. And honestly, guys, if you're doing that, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. If you're watching, one of the reasons why you should be watching these tours is to learn. Yes. And therefore, that's not a very good thing to do. So on this side, you have your staff quarters, and I like how spacious it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not expecting the staff quarters to be this spacious, so I was actually surprised when I saw it a bit this spacious.
Yes.
And I commend them for that.
Yeah, we have seen developers even in this kind of market price doing very small SKUs.
Yes.
And that just beats the purpose for, you know, having a big house and having your stuff
your stuff looks like an afterthought.
Yeah.
And I mean, by the time you're having this kind of house or that kind of money, you should be very considerate to your stuff.
Yes.
And I also commend the positioning of that staff quarter. You in fact can't even tell about where it is. And with that, we are done with the ground level. Back at the front of the house, let's take the stairs so that we can see what we have on the first floor. As you come up the spiral staircase, you have to give this developer an A for effort. What am I talking about? This is a spiral staircase, but they're using wood, and they still carved that wood. And to achieve that, you can see some of the joinery work that have had to be done in this case. And you can actually tell that there's a craftsman behind this. In fact, I want to find out this guy because I mean, there's so many of these joints that have been done so well, and we're just looking at them and marveling at how good this person is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is top craftsmanship.
Yeah, it is for sure, yeah?
Yeah.
And coming to this side, you have your TV area, and I like how they separated in terms of the staging. They fully separated the spaces, that being a living room and this being your TV space.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch TV, you have to come up here and you'll still enjoy all this natural lighting from the window on this side, from your double volume space. And on this staircase where they have the spiral staircase, they added those windows just to ensure, remember there's a house we saw in Kitengela a long time ago. We just did a small short video and it had a castle. I think it was trying to be,
this is what it was trying to be.
This is what it was trying to be. Yeah?
When it grows up.
When it grows up. Or when it watches this video and sees what can be done. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so space looks nice, well decorated, the coffee table again. I like all the furniture in this house. Even the TV cabinetry that you have on that side, every furniture in this space has been chosen by someone who is paying a lot of attention to their job. Yeah. Yes. And even these seats, this is a puff, or this is a puff. Yeah. 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 So it looks amazing. And goes together with the seat over there. And then you have this space separator that looks amazing. Light is still seeping through, but you can feel there's a space separation. Yes. And coming to this side, you have the space separator again used over here where you have a workstation. I think it's very amazing that they provided this, so that in case you want, maybe one of your kids want to complete their homework, they could use this space. Or even you want to do some office work, or you want, working from home, you can definitely work from here. Yeah. Yeah. And again, well use of paneling in all these spaces. And you can see even how the separation of spaces, whereby on this side now you have the bedrooms for the family. And welcome to the first bedroom on this level, bedroom number 2 overall. Your wardrobes on that side, your bed with that teak headboard that you were talking about, nice lighting fixture, and even a nut piece over here. Then you have a window on this side to ensure that you get tons of natural lighting. And something that I have to highlight in this case, you have these sliding glass windows, but then they have added this just for that extra security. Yeah. Yeah. Because in most cases, this would be the kids' bedroom. Exactly. It is important that you give them that for protection. Exactly. Yeah. And you remember that even their last project, their apartments, they had that. So they are really thoughtful, and you can see they are cautious on some of these things. Yeah. So on this other side, you have this console that I felt looked very good. Yeah. The vanity, the table was, everything, as you said, it's good when you have these things custom made for you. Yeah. Yes. And then on this side, you have a bathroom with the vanity, the shower area on this side. Nice rain head and handheld. I like the simplicity that they have gone with. And notice that they added a threshold. Threshold always plays a role in terms of just ensuring that you go a bit higher in terms of separating your wet spaces and your dry spaces. Yes, so you don't have spillage to the dry spaces. Exactly, yeah. And moving on to this other side, you have bedroom number 3, and this case almost similar to what you have on that side, but different arrangement. I like the table console again, the vanity looks lovely. The fact that they're able to match, I really wonder who the person who got also the job to do these pieces. They did an amazing job. Yeah. Yes. So we'll keep on commending them for the job that they have done. Again, a similar bed to what you have on that side, and this block that they have looks lovely. It's such a statement. Yeah, it's not really a block, but it's joinery. It's made to. It's like a cube. Exactly. And then now they made this incision to make it look like it's a live edge. Like a live edge. Yeah? If they wanted to, they would have made it an ottoman as well, because it could easily open up. They should actually make it to an ottoman. Yeah. Just to serve an extra purpose. Yeah. Yes. And you have a window on that side. Tons of natural light coming in. A beautiful art piece. I like how this looks. Like this is a sisal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And looks lovely. From afar, you wouldn't even tell it's sisal. Yeah? And moving on to this side, you have your wardrobe spaces. And I commend them that even in the wardrobes for this bedroom, because mainly you would find these baskets in the primary bedroom, but in this case, they gave even these mirrors, these sliding mirrors. It's good to see them in the common spaces. And on this side, you have your bathroom, again similar to what you have on the other bathrooms. That is your vanity, nice hanging lighting fixture, looks amazing. Yeah? Yes. And then you have your water closet and your shower area. And moving on to this space, it really feels nice walking on this stick. There's just a way you feel, your feet feel so good.
Yeah.
And then you're welcome to the primary bedroom that gets a landing area, very sizable. I like that. Nice art piece on that side. And welcome to the bed space with a very nice bed with a live edge. I really hope when you buy these houses, you get people who know how to decorate spaces so that you can enjoy them as they were meant to be enjoyed. Yeah. So looks amazing with the side tables. This is good. Again, the nice lighting, and you have a balcony on that side. We're not going to go to that balcony because you can see there's a bit of work that is ongoing over there. And the site has become quiet. That is how you know it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
It's super quiet.
Yeah, I wish you started filming right now because there would be noise.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Yeah.
But that means we are taking our viewers on a trip on what happens on site.
Yeah.
So when you come during lunch hour, it's super quiet.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how it will be when you buy this house. Yeah. So welcome to your closet space. Goes all the way, but before you actually go to that way, I wanted to open this and show you some of the features in these wardrobes. I really like this shoe rack because you can move it easily like that. Yeah, that's cool. That feels very cool. And coming on to this side, you have this mirror that I was talking about. I'm sure you can spot Willis. There he is. And again, you have more spaces over here. This can work for your jewelry. Very well done. And you have the baskets just like in the other bedrooms. And with that, we also commend them that they did this area just to ensure that you're getting natural light coming in here. But Willie said some very good ideas.
Yes, I was saying instead of having this solid wall just going all the way there, you could have those separators going all the way down and make them so that they're flexible to move. In case you want...
Like the house we featured the other time.
Yes, at Membley. Yeah, so in case you want to block them all the way, you can just lay them flat. In case you want light to come in, you can just, make them have space.
That's a very good idea. I think that would look lovely. Amazing. And moving on to this side, you are welcome to your bathroom space with your shower on that side. The threshold again looks good, and you have your double vanity over here, your water closet behind the door, and then you have your tub and a window there. I think as usual, the only thing I would change is the size of the window.
Yes, definitely. And also not frost it.
Exactly. We want to enjoy the views of the neighborhood when I'm in the tub.
Especially that this one is a bit hidden from all the other activities going out there. You definitely have. Or just put something like a balcony that it's not really accessible, so that you can put planters there.
Exactly. Makes a lot of sense. And with that, we are done with this level. So let's actually go back to the landing space, take the staircase, and see what we have on the next level. Welcome to the topmost level of this house, and you have these windows again to ensure that you're getting natural lighting everywhere. Cabinetry over here. This is good use of space because it can be a storage space. And then you have this glass door that opens to your rooftop, which is quite spacious. There's a lot of room over here. Willis, what are you gonna do with all this space, man? This is a lot.
They'd force me to be someone who likes to party because...
I know.
What else can I do with all this space?
Parties have to go down over here. So definitely a barbecuing station over there. That has to be done. And again, you'll probably have your all-weather seating set up over here, lounging area. And from here, we can get to see a bit of the environment that you're in. And can I interest you in something? Do you know those Loresho houses that we toured, the 210 million Kenya houses? They are on the other side.
Oh, wow. I would have never thought.
Neither would I until we were there on the, when we came to do Reke, we were on that side. I put the maps and I was like, wait a minute. It's telling me it's on the other side.
The other side, yeah.
But you can't cross over. There's nowhere to cross over. So you have to go around.
All the way around.
Yeah. But anyway, that's interesting factor or other fact about this place. And again, you can see how the project extends to that side. Quite a number of villas on this side. And then you have the townhouses over there. And the villas, as I mentioned, prices start from 108 million Kenya shilling all the way to 112.5. Yeah? Difference is the size of the land, but the square meters of the house is the same. Yeah. And the townhouses that you can see from there, prices start from 96 million Kenya shilling. Then you have the apartments at the top level, starting from 66 million Kenya shilling. You even have penthouses over there. And I've been told that we have to go and check out the penthouse because it's amazing. Yeah. Yes.
We'll definitely do a short video. Make sure you follow us on our social media so that you can get to see that.
Yes. And guys who have always wanted to see Willis does very good content nowadays on social media. You guys, you need to go and check out Willis. Tell them the tag there that they have to check.
Yes, it will run on the screen.
Good job. So go check out because Willis is doing very amazing content. And that, you see, there's some houses that we see that we don't do full tours. So when you follow us on our socials, you'll see more content that you actually get to see on the YouTube channel. Yeah. So any last words for this house, Willis?
Amazed.
You're
I mean,
amazed.
this part of our dreams of being developers.
Yeah.
This is kind of like what I would see us doing.
Yes.
In times coming. And I'm amazed with what they did here.
Exactly.
It's a good job. I love it, absolutely.
Yeah. As we said, A for effort.
Yeah.
It's good to give, to say when someone has done a good job, it's good to say that they have done a good job.
Credit where it's due.
And here in this case, I commend the developer. They have done an amazing job. From here, we can even see the other houses that I was telling you about, that if you want a ready house now, there's one for 150 million Kenya shilling. So they are good with their job, and for that we commend them. And thank you so much for working with us throughout the tour. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Please also give us a like and share with a friend or two. Thank you and have a good time. Bye-bye.
Bye.